Wow.
Hey guys, what is up? This is ViperStealth. Thank you very much for tuning into this video. This build is absolutely nuts, so I really need to share it with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the description, whether you put something similar to this build together yourself, or if you haven't, let me know your first impressions. This is ViperStealth's channel, no adverts, no BS or fluff. Let's get straight into the builds. So here it is. It's Technician, it's a ballistic skill build. We've got 3-piece hardwired and 3-piece high end. So if you're wondering why the hell I've gone for this kind of combination, let me talk you through what the build means, how you play it, and why it is so devastating. So first up, what we're trying to do is spec into skill damage and then skill haste. That's why I've got 3-piece hardwired and not 4. So let's start with the hardwired. First up, it gives you 2 pieces skill haste, 3 pieces skill damage. So that's all we need. We don't need 4 pieces because feedback loop is designed for skills that have a bit of a lengthy cooldown, and you can see the cooldown on these skills is ridiculously fast, so we don't need the feedback loop for that. Next up is the 2-piece Hana U, and with the 2-piece Hana U we get skill haste and then skill damage. So again, that's specking into exactly what we want. You can see in the attributes we've also recalibrated for skill haste and skill damage on these pieces too. So try and find yourself perfect combined arms. I'll cover that in a second, but that's 2-piece Hana U. Then we've gone for 1-piece Wyvern, and 1-piece Wyvern gives you 10% skill damage, so that's what you want. 3-piece hardwired, 2-piece Hana U, and 1-piece Wyvern. So that's the gear pieces. The talents next. So the first talent we're going to talk about is Spotter. Now I've seen a lot of people using damage skill builds with glass cannon or perfect glass cannon. Don't do this. Okay, the disadvantage, the big disadvantage with glass cannon is that you're taking significantly high amounts of damage for 25% or 30% multiplicative damage. Now Spotter, even though it offers only 15% multiplicative damage, when you use it with the Technician Specialization and the underbarrel attachment for the primary weapon, this little bad boy here, the linked laser pointer, Spotter actually doubles up from 15 to 30% on all ballistics. So that's the weapons here and also the gun. So do use Spotter, because that way you're getting 30% multiplicative damage, which is the same as perfect glass cannon, but you're not taking 60% incoming damage. So it's a no-brainer for me. Make sure you're using Spotter. Next up, perfect combined arms. So it's a really simple skill. It's also multiplicative. When you're shooting at an enemy, increase total skill damage by 30% for 3 seconds. So yes, you do need to shoot the enemy quite frequently. If you want something a little bit lazier, you could go for perfect tech support or tech support. So that would allow you to play a little bit more in cover and not need to peek. On the primary weapon, this is a new talent that is brand new to TU10. We've got In Sync. So hitting an enemy grants 15% skill damage for 5 seconds. But if you use a skill that damages an opponent, you get 15% weapon damage. So it helps your skills and your weapons. Now if you've got both of those active at the same time, it doubles the damage for 30% extra skill damage and 30% extra weapon damage. So this is absolutely insane. And the benefit of this talent is all you need to do is shoot at an enemy and have your skills deployed. These will automatically hunt the enemy down and shoot at them, and all you need to do is shoot at an enemy. And that will proc perfect combined arms and also In Sync. So you've got these 2 talents procced automatically, and because you're going to be pointing at the enemy that you're shooting at, they're going to be lasered. They're going to be pulsed. So you'll be doing 30% extra multiplicative damage as well. Now once every 90 seconds you want to switch over to your secondary weapon. Now I'd recommend the classic M1A. It's the best weapon for being able to get an easy kill, considering we've got 6-piece yellow build here. This classic M1A hits very hard, and it's still a very good weapon even after the nerf of TU10. The talent you want is Future Perfect. It's a bonus if you can find an M1A with Future Perfect already on it, because then you can spec into rifle damage, but I've not done it yet. But Future Perfect is basically, once you get a kill with a 6-piece yellow skill tier build, it takes you into Overcharge. So Overcharge gives your turret and your striker drones significantly more amounts of damage and health. So Future Perfect is a no-brainer to have as a secondary weapon. So 90% of the time you're going to be using your primary weapon, which has In Sync, and then every 90 seconds, once Future Perfect has cooled down, you want to switch over to Future Perfect and proc that overcharge. So it's insane amounts of damage. Your sidearm here won't get a look in, but what I've gone for is Perfect Spike. I will barely use that, and unfortunately I have tried proccing Perfect Spike and then swapping weapon. It actually disables the talent once you swap, so you can't stack Perfect Spike on top of all of these beautiful talents. As you've seen, the benefit of the Technician Specialization is a no-brainer. It helps you with the spotter and the underbarrel laser pointer, but you can also get 10% extra skill damage from the tech tree within the Specialization, so make sure you've got that. I also carry EMP grenades to get rid of warhounds or any dogs that get in my way. And for the skills, you want to go for ballistic skills. If you don't go for ballistic skills, you won't get the benefit of the doubled up pulse spotter. So what I recommend is the assault turret or the sniper turret. I've gone for the assault turret because it stays out for a very long amount of time and it does significant amount of damage. And I also go for the striker drone. So the striker drone and the assault turret, they both automatically go and shoot at enemies, and you can concentrate on just clicking heads and making sure that you're proccing in synced and Future Perfect when you need to. This build, I'm not exaggerating, is absolutely insane. It's meta defining for TU10. I've taken this into many heroic missions and I'm outclassing DPS builds, you know, really high end optimized DPS builds. This build is absolutely insane. I can't believe the devs let this go live in the state that it's in. You're going to have so many kills with this build, it's going to be ridiculous. If you do put this together, come back to the video and let me know what you think of this build, because it's purely nuts. I've had accusations of cheating in missions because I get so many kills with this build. So check it out, give it a try, let me know what you think. This has been ViperStealth. Thank you so much for checking in, and be sure to check the top comment for any updates or any additional information that I forgot to mention in the video. Have a great day, guys. Thank you very much. No, it's gonna cool down.
Did I just see something?
Sure. Uh-oh.
I love that healing, thank you. Hey, back up. Hardwired knees? Anyone need those?
Nah, I think I'm good. Yeah, I have those. You need it all, Paul?
Nah,
Just delete it if you don't need it.
I think I have
You just want me to get rid of
every
it?
piece.
Oh yeah, I'm excited with what how it's set up so far.
Oh crap.
Serious trauma detected.
Okay, take my shield hat on. See who wins. Shield won. Oh, there was.